There's a few things that I do. When I start my journey, I usually start it on something like SellerApp. And you can input your main keyword and you can input your top competitors, and then you can see what keywords they're ranking for. So if you input your main keyword on SellerApp, you can see all of the keywords related to that keyword. And then what I really like is that you can also see the cost per click to know where to start your bidding process at. And then when you look at your competitors, you can type in your competitors and you can see all of the keywords that they're ranked for. This is just a starting point. I'm generally looking for the highest search volume, most relevant keywords. And I'll start with one main one. And when I say main, it's like the highest one, and I'll put it in its own campaign, broad phrase and exact. And then I'll do the other remaining top 10, again, broad phrase and exact in their own campaigns. And then I'll take all that plus 4 auto campaigns, which is the broad, close match, loose match, complements and substitutes, 4 separate auto campaigns. Put that all together, launch it on Amazon from day one. And I like to use that SellerApp cost per click to know, please understand this. You are not going to be profitable on Amazon in the first 2 months unless you don't want to do big number. If you want to do anything decent, anything worthwhile, the first 2 months on Amazon, all you want to do is break even, even lose some money. So go look at the suggested cost per click on SellerApp and go like higher, like 1.5 times higher. So even if that's $3, you're going to spend a lot of money, but your product, like, first of all, you're going to see for 3 days, you're spending $200, $300 a day. You're going to be like, oh my God, stay calm and like, hold the line. After a few days, you're going to start seeing your sales are going to go up a lot. And then from there, you're like, okay, my sales are up, but my spend is so much, I am losing money. It's fine. Hold it. Start just barely. You want your total ACOS, which is the PPC spend divided by all the sales, to be equal to your profit margin. So, if you're selling $10,000 a month, you want to spend $5,000 on PPC if your profit margin is 50% before advertising. You're basically, any money that you're getting in your pocket, you want to put it right out into PPC. After a couple months, you have maintained enough velocity, especially if you're using someone like, to do search find by someone like RankBell. And you're like, okay, my main keyword is electrolyte powder. I'm going to do search find by on electrolyte powder, plus very aggressive PPC, plus you're getting reviews. All of that combined, you're going to notice in a couple months, now your sales velocity are high. You're doing 30, 35 units a day, something like that, even in supplements, And then from there, for me, immediately after the first 7 days, I'm extracting all the keywords that are in the search term report. I'm going to SellerApp. I'm pulling out all of the keywords that are related, and I'm launching every single keyword and every single keyword that I can find as broad phrase and exact, and every single ASIN that I can find. I'm launching it. And I'm going maximum 10 keywords per campaign, 1 campaign, 1 ad set, and then those 10 keywords. The reason I only do 1 ad set is because I don't know where the budget is going to split. So if I have 2 ad sets, maybe it's going to go, $100 budget is going to go 80-20 or 50-50 or 10-90. I don't know, right? Amazon chooses. So I don't want to give it the option to choose. So I'll go straight line down and 10 keywords only, because once I go more than 10, I realize that Amazon's like, okay, these top 10, they're doing all the work. Screw all the rest ones. Like, we want to push traffic to the best keywords only, because that's the ones that are going to get us the most sales, and so Amazon is going to make the most money, and the other ones, they're not going to give it a shot. So it's essentially like you're not even running ads on those keywords. And so that's what I'll do, right? I'll launch those discovery at the beginning, and then 7 days later, go into the search term report, pull everything out, and start adding. Now, every 7 days, initially when I launch, I'll wait 14 days before doing anything. Then after 14 days, I'll go in, download the bulk sheet, highlight everything, sort and filter, go to column B, which is record type, click on that and make it show only keywords and product targets. It'll show you all the keywords and product targets that you're bidding on. It'll show you all of their ACOSs, and it'll show you what the max bid is, AKA how much you set the bid to be. From there, figure out, what's your break-even ACOS. When I'm launching, what's your target ACOS? When I'm launching, my target ACOS, and by the way, guys, ACOS is advertising cost of sales, which is the spend on that keyword divided by the sales generated from that keyword. So if you spent $10 on that keyword and it generated you $10 in sales, that's 10 over 10, 100% ACOS. So When I launch, my target ACOS is double my profit margin. So if my profit margin is 50% before advertising, I'm shooting for 100. This is so I can be aggressive. After a month, I'll drop it down to 1.5 times. After another couple months, I'll drop it down to break even. And again, I'll just look at the ACOS, and based on that, if a keyword has $1 bid and the ACOS is 120, I'll lower it by 5 cents. I don't do percentages because percentages cause you to overshoot. I just lower a little bit at a time. If I notice that I'm lowering a little bit at a time and it's too slow, okay, I'll increase a little bit, but be careful if you're $1 bid and you don't want, or if you're like, let's say a $2 bid, you don't want to go from $2 to $1.20 because it's too much of a movement. It shocks Amazon, and it's always, for me, always resulted in a negative. Basically, I stop getting impressions or I stop getting sales, something bad happens. So take it easy, slow. It's almost like the shower. I always use that analogy. When you go into the shower, you turn the knob on, you put your hand in. It's too hot, you turn it a little bit down. You put your hand in. Too hot, you turn it a little bit down. But you don't go put your hand in, it's too hot, you turn it all the way to the other side, and it's okay, now it's freezing, you know? So it's the exact same thing. But that's pretty much what I do in terms of PPC.
Hey, it's Ria Mittal here. Before you leave, make sure to subscribe to SellerApp's main YouTube channel where we upload all things Amazon and some how-to guides that will make sure that you're winning on Amazon. You will not get this anywhere else. Until the next time, happy selling.